hearings.
Sorry, just quickly, Nia, you're all right, buddy.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
Listen, if you were wearing a green T-shirt, you would look a little bit like Zelensky. You know that.
Yeah.
You totally do a Zelensky impersonation. If you painted sort of grow a beard, little beard like that.
Actually, my forefathers came from Ukrainian territory. Like it's been occupied by different nations throughout the time, but like it's in that territory. So maybe
you twin brother.
Sorry.
Are you his secret twin brother that they I don't know they sold?
We can research that. Yeah, we can research that and see the truth behind it. So how are you doing, guys?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Doing well.
Okay. Happy Sukkot holiday, everyone. Yeah, it's like on the eve of Sukkot holiday. If you don't know, Sukkot holiday, it's one of the three major holidays in Israel, like by the Bible. It's a holiday that commemorates the time that the Israelites went out of Egypt, and they had to live in all kinds of it's not like tents. It's not like a tent. It's like small structures. Okay, and
the book of the Exodus. That's Exodus,
exactly. So it's called Sukkah. Okay, for the Russian speakers, it will be sound obscene.
Which is thank you. Sukkah is thank you in Arabic.
Shukran, not Sukkah. Okay,
right.
But for Russian speakers, Sukkah will sound a little bit offensive. And I think that like this holiday commemorates the time that the Israelites went out of Egypt and they had to live in those small structures. And for that, we have to to live in to construct those structures nowadays outside our building, outside our apartment, and make it like our residence for the following week. I don't do that, okay, but there are totally lots of families here in Israel, religious ones who are doing this habit, this religion costume, let's say it like that, and they actually live in their sukkah for about a week, okay, with the whole families and stuff, and it's like I don't know, it's pretty rough, yeah. But yeah, it comes out after that we had last week the Yom Kippur holiday, and right beforehand the Rosh Hashanah, the New Year's Eve holiday, which is always goes on in the month of Tishrei. It's like the first month of the Hebrew calendar, and it also always goes down in the areas of September, October, those three holidays. And I can start blabbing here about those holidays and what I think about them, but I don't know if that's the desired content for this show. Perhaps it is. I don't know. Is it, Rich?
Say that again. Sorry, say that again.
Is that a desirable content for this show, Rich?
Can I be absolutely honest with you, Nia?
Sure, of course.
I wasn't paying enough attention because I was going through the comments. You know what it's like when you're live, and I'm trying to listen to what you're saying, but I'm also trying to, because my thing doesn't work very well. So what I could ask you to do is just to repeat it again.
Okay, now I will just continue as you said. Yes, okay. And I think that I will tell you a little bit about Yom Kippur. I remember last time when we talked.
We've just had Yom Kippur, and before that was Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah. You're a good student.
So,
Rich.
I mean,
remember.
I like I do remember. But also, but also what's his name? Dave Rubin.
How's it going?
He observes Rosh Hashanah as well. So he's been talking about them. How you doing, guys? Oh, look, coffee. Where's mine?
Hey, coffee. Hey, Sarah.
How you doing? I'll be right there. I gotta poop.
Great.
You guys can watch me poop scoop.
Great. So, a brief about Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur, it's like considered the Judgment Day, the Israeli Judgment Day, and it's like on Rosh Hashanah, on the New Year's Eve. This is when they like open the Book of Life, okay, and the Book of Judgment, whatever. And God, like I don't know, judges your deeds throughout the year if you've been good or bad. It's not like it's not like Santa Claus or something like that. It's more like if you should be judged or not. More like serious. And what they're doing in this holiday,
the weighing of your heart kind of thing.
Yeah.
Together sort of thing.
Cool Sarah in the back. Anyway,
I just saw that.
She's Scoopy the Poopy.
Ah, now that's just clarified because I thought she said she was going for a poopy.
Yeah, if you're having your breakfast, maybe you want to look away right now. Put me on full screen. Richie,
I honestly thought that's what she said. I just need to poop. I need to go poop, and then I'll be there. I swear that's what she said. It's following you, see? The camera's following you.
Manure.
Don't bring it up here in my face, please.
I must kill the manure. If I'm freaking out, I'm afraid she's going to come up over my shoulder with this.
Listen. We're going to let Nia finish. Nia,
you're on yeah. Okay, yeah. So Yom Kippur, it's pretty much like I know a changing of directions to talk about Yom Kippur right now. But anyway, people are like in Israel, what they're doing in Yom Kippur, what is commanded to be done, is to fast. Actually, to have this fasting day for one day. And it's like totally fasting. It's like no food, no water, no using electricity, no doing anything, okay? Just fasting. And that's supposed to, that is like the interpretation, I guess, the relevant interpretation of what is written in Leviticus book when they're talking about Yom Kippur, which is to torment your souls, okay? Now, this is the most like...
we talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know, perhaps, yeah, but it's like a very suspicious thing because, it's like, it's a very known custom that that on Yom Kippur, everything shuts down, everyone is going to fast, and nothing is being done. Like, we have like a semi-quarantine over here, okay, for one day. And it's been going voluntarily for about 70 years or so. Okay, that the people in Israel are like getting stuff to self-quarantine for one day. And I think that I came to look at a bit different point of view, especially with this whole mentioning of this holiday in the Bible. In the Bible, it's mentioned that you should torment your souls, and underneath this quote, there's like there's interpretation of Rashi, which is like the main rabbi, and he says that torment your souls means to have a fast. Now, it kind of like looks weird to me because if they would really want us to fast,
it's not tormenting your soul. That's tormenting your physical body.
Exactly. So if they want us to fast, they would have been written that you should torment your body, but it's not written, okay? And it's not written anywhere like in this verse that explains about Yom Kippur that you should actually fast. But over here in Israel, it's considered like a very known, truth and fact, and that everybody are like applying to. So for me, it looks, yeah.
So just for the benefit of anybody that's listening, thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? And why is he talking about this? It's basically, Nir is our resident Israeli.
Yeah.
And he's speaking as it is. Like he's seen through the bullshit that came from the rabbis or that comes from the rabbis, and he's found his own path to God. And he's still working his way through old, like generations of indoctrination, but the truth burnt so bright for Nia that he saw through it all, and he's made us. And here he is. He believes in Jesus, man. At least in Christ, in the in the Messiah as being able, you know, or you
He was here. He was here by the story, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you'll at least discuss the possibility of him, and you know, you've got a lot of respect for the, because I think people make assumptions that everyone in Israel is Jewish and hates Jesus, you know, or doesn't,
yeah.
you know, doesn't.
Yeah. That's a pretty much problematic thing, yeah.
That's why we love having you on the show, Nir, because
I will.
A lot of Israelis are a lot like Nir. They're just complete wreckers, man.
Seriously, this is one of the things that I've been like, I don't know, going on my own personal conquest lately with I don't know, the perception towards Jesus and Christ, like name it Yeshua. I call it Yeshua. Like the way that they are treating over here to this person, to this Son of God, and over here for the last 2,000 years, okay, it's been appalling. Like for me, for like 43 years. Oh, I had a birthday last week. Yeah. And
it was
Anyway,
he was 47 years old.
47. Fuck you. Anyway, so for 43 years out of my life, I keep like hearing, you know, especially when you're approaching like religious folks, keep hearing like, no, you shouldn't call him Yeshua, you should call him Yesho, and you should like Yesho. It's like sounds like an obscene name, okay? Kind of like you interpret that like for an initials of he be damned or something like that. And all kinds of like sayings that you shouldn't open up the New Testament, you shouldn't read the New Testament, and you shouldn't like be involved in his life. He was a crook, he was whatever. And this is
standard indoctrination. Then basically,
exactly.
What they're doing. I mean, if anybody can see the parallels between what they did there, what they're still doing, what they still do. And what they're doing now in society, it's, you know, it's like, you shouldn't do this.
I think this is a bigger lie. Okay, for me, it's a bigger lie than the let's say globe lie. Okay, it's like for 2,000 years. The globe lie, it's only like 500 years. Okay, and
it's not even that, dude. It's not even. It's not really even that. It's only been taught in schools for the last.
Let's skip the numbers. The numbers
together as well. It's all part as well. There's connections.
Well, it was interesting. This you know, first flat Earth get together that this guy is meant to have been putting together, and yet, but. I've already told people about this.
Let's talk about it.
You did the first flat Earth thing in 2019.
I was actually.
You had the same speaker there, the same guy speaking at yours, and yet he appeared at this other one, which is also posting itself as the first ever flat Earth in Israel. But it's what the guy said to you about, or is saying about religion. This is flat Earth. This is a flat Earth convention, and we're not going to talk about religion, and whether or not he's right for saying that. If he's cutting out all talk of God altogether, or if he's just talking about religion.
Yeah. I didn't thought that I'm going to talk about this topic over here in this show, but I guess if you mentioned it, so I will. And the thing is that we.
I just thought for the benefit of the flat earthers that are watching on Roxanne's channel, if there are any there, we've only got 28 people viewing, so I imagine we haven't got that many on Roxanne's channel. I think I don't know. Some of Roxanne's viewers, they only want to talk about flat Earth. So
yeah. So anyway, I'm going to talk about this flat Earth convention that they're planning here in about a month's time, exactly in a month's time, this Flat Earth Convention, it's kind of like it's being announced as the first one over here in Israel, which is kind of like a little bit, offensive, but I don't take it too much to the ego, okay? Like I did the first Flat Earth Convention here 3.5 years ago in some kind of like a pub over here, and we actually brought like this guy to talk over here, and then we actually formed a band, a special band for this evening. It was the Flat IL band, and we actually did like sorry,
Sarah's here, just waiting for her to bring herself in. Go on, carry on.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, we did this convention 3.5 years ago with the same content and with the same media. Hey, Sarah.
Like you were blind kiss them. It did actually look like you were blind kiss them. Like when I would. Sorry, Neil. Carry on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. So they're forming this convention. I don't take it too much to the ego. I tell them like you can call it the first convention, whatever, but you should like be aware, you know, that you are lying at the headline of this convention if you're saying that it's the first one. But this is not the least bothering thing about this whole thing. The more bothering thing is that they actually put in front like a censorship, a kind of like I know, telling people that they shouldn't talk, and it wouldn't be in the content of this conference to talk about religion, okay, about religion habits, and they separated. They said that they will bring flat Earth Bible proofs, but religion should be totally out of this convention. And I can understand. Okay, I hate religion a lot, okay, but really? I can never understand any kind
Don't
of
throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, and I can never understand censorship, okay, and I can never especially in in flat Earth conventions, in truthers conventions, whatever. Okay, any kind of like censorship, you're like saying, you know, come to this event, but don't talk about this and that and that and that. It will be like the same, you know, as they told you like 1 year ago. Don't come to this event unless you're like with this mask and you've been vaccinated and blah blah blah. It's the same fucking thing, okay? It's the same
Absolutely.
thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know, how much you censor or how much you like putting restrictions on people. The minute you do that, okay, you like you're sinning. You're kind of like sinning against God, okay? Because I think that only God have the right to determine who's going to be where, okay? You know, in this world, in your country, in even like, you know, a flatter conference, okay?
But the problem with that is that all these people have their own perception of what God is, and you know, and how God operates, you know. So when somebody has got an absolutely unbreakable faith in Christian Catholic doctrine, they really think that you're going to go to hell for saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
They really think that they are righteous and good and Christian, and they're going to have a straight line, you know, a special card. St. Peter's going to give them a, you know, fist bump when they walk through the pearly gates of heaven. They really believe it. And so how do you, when I really believe and I feel I know what I know, nobody can shake it or break it. Nobody. If they've got an equal faith in their religion, be it Islamic, Judaic, or Catholic Christian, or Protestant Christian, or Seventh-day Adventist, or whatever it is, you know. And who are we to say as well, because that's their right. They have that's their free will, it's their reality, they're sovereign beings. And who are we to say that they're wrong and that they shouldn't do it? You know, then should listen to that.
No, but I think that
this connects to the book burning concept too, you know, or any kind of censorship. This is why it's important, because no matter if it's flat Earth conspiracy bullshit, it should still be available for people to decipher on their own. It shouldn't. You shouldn't be restricting it. It should be relevant. If you can't debate it, you know, then. I don't know, but this is where I think you break it down.
I think the worst fear for like any of the people over there that probably put this restriction is that that you will impose your opinion, that you will mind control them with your religion talking. But I think the first assumption is that
that's fear that people will listen to you. They're scared that people will listen to you. Use their own discernment.
Yeah, you know, but I guess that here is the place that we need to put the difference between saying your opinion and trying to control mind the other person. Okay, you have to distinguish between the two, and I think that if it was only like about me not wanting, they don't want me to speak over there or whatever, or to come over there and to oppose my mind, they would never been putting this restriction. Okay, they fear for me to mention his name. Okay, they fear for like the presence, okay, of this even the spiritual presence of this entity in this convention, okay, because it contradicts the Jewish religion, okay, because it contradicts all the brainwash that I've been talking about on like 5-10 minutes ago, okay. This is the indoctrination happens in Israel regarding Jesus, Yeshua, and everything that is being ran by someone who's from this religion, and the guy who's like running this conference, he is someone with yarmulke and someone who's like being recognized as a Jewish Israeli, and so he will do anything to block this this entity, this reminding of this entity or whatever. Okay? It's about blocking opinions. Okay, it's not about blocking opinions, not blocking mind control. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we're all agreed with you, dude. You shouldn't be doing it. It's sensitive. It's censorship, and in something like a flat Earth debate, which people that go to flat Earth conferences are itching for flat Earth debates so that they can debate it. I'm still like, there's no debate. Yeah, it's got one proof, and that's all it needs, and it's got it. So.
It's another thing that I think that I mentioned like in one of the previous shows. Oh, such a sweetie. Anyway, in one of the previous shows about the difference between the physical aspect of flat Earth and the spiritual aspect of flat Earth. From the one side,
I think about it in more of a spiritual way. It's a realm. It's this, it's like there are no edges to it. It's all smoky.
I will explain. Okay. I'll explain in the research like that you are doing with flat Earth. First, you've been introduced with the physical proofs, okay, that we are living in on a flat plane, okay, observably. How do you call it? Observably flat, Rich, and it's kind of like and you are doing all those experiments like with those lasers and with those mirrors and watching the stars and doing everything that you can do in this physical realm to prove not that the Earth is flat, okay, but most mainly that we are living in a structure, okay, and that we are living in an intelligent creation, and
it's like it's a being. We're inside. We're part of this entire living, symbiosis of everything in it.
Yeah,
it's energy flow.
It's being lied on
energy exchange.
No, it's being lied on the principle of cause and result. Okay, contrary to the heliocentric model and all the scientific thing, which is being lied on coincidence. Okay, and really like coincidence, right, Rich? Yes, Rich.
Yeah, I just want to go back to that comment that I just saw. Greetings, keepers. I just want to make sure that nobody's saying that we're gatekeepers or something, because that'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, but this is funny you mentioned it, but it's exactly the thing that I wanted to talk about. Okay, with the understanding of this physical realm. Okay, that we are being, this place is being created by someone, as the someone is probably God, okay, the creator. So with this understanding,
why does it have to be
switching.
Someone? Why does it have to be someone?
Because if you understand that this is a structure, okay, a structure can't be made by coincidence. Someone had to do it, okay.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Why does it have to be someone that did it? Why couldn't? Because in Genesis, they say, "Let us make them." Let us make them.
Oh, God is three-way entity. It's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? Like
but I think what they've done there is they've taken an element of truth, the Trinity, but there's Trinities in all kinds of things. And they say, when bad luck comes in threes. If you stub your toe, or you break something, or who else has heard that? Something happens, have an accident, and then they say, "Oh God!"
Very important, very important mark. Okay, very important mark. God is a word in plural in Hebrew. Okay, God is a word in plural.
Right, Elohim.
Elohim. Elohim. It's like it's a verse of like plural, and they're saying that because it's like plural, they're like intending this Trinity. Okay. Anyway, if it's a Trinity,
I just want to shout out Keith, Astro King, just quickly as well. I popped his hello up, but we haven't seen Keith in bloody ages, man. And he's been in hospital, so he's been taking it easy. He's been taking a bit of a break from the digital. So just a big shout out and massive love to Keith.
Much love, Keith.
So with that being said, so let's go down to the spiritual flat earth aspect, okay? The spiritual flat earth aspect comes with the realization that someone had to build this place, and you need to understand what are the spiritual guidelines, okay, of using this place. And for that, you are switching over to understanding the flat earth spiritual side, which only lays down on the simple fact, okay, which is that we are all the people over here, like on the ground, and we are all equal. And above us, we've got God. Okay? And between the people downstairs and God over here, no one can tell in the middle to what to do to the people in the bottom. No one's like kind of like levels in between. No, everybody equal. Sing a Bob Marley song. Come on.
Right. I love you, buddy. I love you so much. But you realise you've just taken about half an hour to say things that I've been saying for the last. Like you're only agreeing with what I've already said, basically.
Yeah, we're agreeing about that. We're agreeing on that. Yeah, we're good. Anyway,
listen.
I'll stop talking about God, okay? I wanted to talk about the gatekeepers, but we have the gatekeepers problem. Gatekeeping, the spiritual, the knowledge of the spiritual flat earth aspect, when they're gatekeeping the physical side only, and they don't let people go upside spiritually, whatever. Finish talking about God. Go ahead, Rich. Oh, you want to talk about something that won't change anything in life? This is going to be, we got elections coming now in Israel.
Oh, okay, mate, right. Has anybody noticed how the elections are everywhere? Over the next few months, everywhere's having elections. We've had Sweden, we've had Italy, we've got Germany, we've got Australia, we've got the UK. We've got when's the UK elections coming up? I'm not sure about that.
Here it's like it's the fifth elections, on 3 years. Okay, fifth election in 3 years.
And how long was it before? Because didn't it go like 15 or 20 years with no elections?
Yeah, like for like 10 years it was like only Bibi over here.
Yeah,
and
were there elections and he was just winning them all the time?
There were like elections all the time. It's supposedly like for 4 years, but it never comes about like for like 4 years of
4 years in the UK.
Duration of
everywhere it's supposed to be 4 years.
But it doesn't come out of it.
They broke the year up into quarters, don't they?
Now the thing is that beforehand, like before, like let's say COVID times, you can you could like come to people and say, you know, yeah, I think that elections are fake. I don't think that anything that, you know, people are putting in the ballots is like reflecting to the final results that we're seeing on the television on the evening time. Okay, you can come to people and say that, and they will say, "You're nuts! You're nuts! You're crazy! I don't think like that." Yeah, yeah.
It's the greatest show on earth.
Seriously.
Hey.
On the last one,
the biggest reality show ever to exist.
Yeah, like last
that's what I said when Trump. I was like, Trump is like the
one. And that's because you're getting engaged in the show. So you go, I'll go for that one. That's my team. That's my game. That's the patterning.
Yeah,
I'll root for there'll be heaps of people. It'll be a big social, okay, you know, and I'll feel really good.
Yeah. The thing is that in Israel,
all those people are chasing these things, which are
it's more extreme in Israel.
Level, what they're doing.
In every way, in every way, it's more like a freak show in Israel because in Israel it's like we are more like diverse in our like opinion, you know, like right and left and religious and non-religious, and all those things are like really substantial and, you know, and like really contradict each other. So everything is like, supposed to be serious. But yet again, like at the end of the last elections, I remember there was this guy, which is was in charge of like announcing the results, and he was called something Fuchs, which Fuchs in Hebrew it's like a fluke, like a lucky thing, you know. So it seems suspicious, like in the minute that he came over, and he came over with this envelope, okay, like in Oscar, you know, nomination ceremony, and opened the envelope, and then took out the results and said, "Oh, it's like very tied down, and it's not really determined right now, or whatever." But it looks totally like a show, like an Oscar show, okay, and you came to, you know, you can consider politics like fake in all sorts of ways. You can think that politics is fake because, like politicians are breaking their promises, but that happens daily, right? You can...
there's the show, and what actually happens will always happen that way, no matter who.
Yeah, but the whole concept of politics and leadership,
Look at Liz Truss, right? Liz Truss. We've gone out of the EU. Britain's no longer in the EU. Yeah. Brexit, we won, right? But still, Liz Truss has basically signed over the British Army to the EU. So basically, England's in the EU still.
Oh, okay.
Right. All of its armed forces are committed to the EU.
I'm sure when the U.S. like did all their arms deals, there was a lot of like, "Yep, you get this." Like, I bet the deal, like the land that China's buying up, you know, and the farmland. I bet that was like. Part of the
have you seen the thing that came off the laptop with it came from Hunter Biden? It's got a map. It's all in Chinese, but basically it's showing where all the rich shale deposits are, shale and mercury, and it's got the whole of America mapped out with all of it, like all in Chinese.
See that. I didn't get a chance to really look into it more, but I did read, like, you know, that's quite crazy. Not that surprising though.
Well, how about the sentence in English? I don't know, like right and left, control and command, whatever. Like this is the basic of all politics. Okay, it's all. Also internationally and also like domestically, it's all engineered. Okay, totally engineered from both sides. Like they have to put on this show. Okay, they have to put this show. Okay, that there's like two sides of everything, and there is like a conflict. So you'll be so much involved in this conflict that you don't know that those sides are actually controlling you. It's so simple.
Divide and distract. Divide and distract.
If they gave an honest job application for any politician, if they gave an honest job application, it would be public speaker. You know, good at public speaking. Bang, you're hired.
Good at manipulating others.
high
Right?
sociopathic or pathological? Do you display high? Are you a high functioning pathological, basically? Are you capable of lying to people's face?
That's the fast track, the quick track.
Yeah. So now, like approaching to these elections in Israel, you can certainly, like, come and talking to people and tell to them, yeah, politics is totally fake, okay? And people will now, after COVID times, will start to believe in you, okay? Because it's weird. Anyway, after like COVID times, people's minds are a little bit more like open to this lie also of
now,
politics.
But it's taken 2.5 years, man. It's crazy. It's taken 2.5 years for something to wake up.
Yeah,
but they are. They're
it's good now than never. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better now than never.
Like a wave. Yeah. So some woke up really quick, and as the wave goes down, it's like peters out. Yeah. And you can see the whole mind control of the media coming and focusing on these elections right now. Okay, they totally wiped out the COVID issues. Totally wiped out any interest in the Ukraine war, whatever. Nothing is important right now. It's all important that you will believe. Okay, that you will believe that this system. What?
Does it still exist in Israel? Are they still wearing masks and stuff?
No, not a single reminder, except for the people who dies every day, okay? From the shots. So no reminder of the COVID anywhere, okay? No one actually remembers what it is, but all their family are dying, and they're saying that there's no relation. I
remember when it happened. I think it was in 2020. It happened in 2020, and basically, just for the election, the coup disappeared. The coup disappeared, and we were right in the height of it as well, and it just disappeared for the elections. And they did the missile strikes. They did their iron curtain, displays,
exactly.
Like the fireworks displays, and then it came back up.
Once they come into the elections, they're putting any kind of like agenda to the side, because this is the most important important one for them. They need to produce this thing that the people will actually believe in the system, that it's honest, that it's that this democracy is, it's something,
It's also to create this. It's also to create a charge, basically, from
to put up the flames of hatred and everything.
Like an alternating current, where you put whatever it is. It's the thing and the diode and the cathode, whatever it is. I don't know how it works with diode. I'm not an electrician, right? But it's the electricity manifests as a result of the proximity of the 2 points or whatever. It's not. It doesn't create electricity. It manifests it. It manifests it. That's what that
potential is manifested.
Yeah, the potential is manifested. Yeah.
It's a good time to.
We are all potential energy. And all they need to do is create this dielectric kind of, I think that's the word.
Atmosphere, whatever. It gives a really good ground for just pure hate that will burst in every direction. So it's a positive thing.
In my opinion, I'll say it again. In my honest, humble opinion, all of the life force energy, chi, whatever you want to call it, it's coming from us. We're the ones creating it. We're working we're working with the earth. We're not working with the earth, but it's but we're we are actually creating. We're generating the energy with our interactions, and
Anyways, politics, rising flames or whatever. But it's very important for us to acknowledge these elections as a true thing, and this theater, And I think that they're putting all the efforts now, as I saw it, like in the newspaper of I think yesterday or something, the Shabak, which is like the I told you about them before. They are the ones who are like in charge of the domestic.
Is it true they're building the third temple? They're building the third temple now.
Oh, in Jerusalem? Oh, don't get me
started on that. They are building the third temple, and but also I've heard Jacob Israel say, "We are the third temple." it's like the building of the third temple is the realizing that we are the temple. Each one of us is a temple. So, and you know, we're meant to clean ourselves. For
there are like people who are seeing the construction of Israel as the third temple, but this is a very I don't know, satanic way to do a third temple. I don't know. It's the way that they constructed this country. But the thing is, again, I want to get back to politics. Besides the trying to convince everyone that this politics is real, they have to bring everyone to as much people as they can to the ballots, okay, on that day, because if there will be one coming to vote, it will finally be shown that you know, that they are not really controlling on our lives and all of that. Now the thing is that do you have any I have a question for you guys. In nowadays, like you know, you can vote by you can kind of construct an operating system that that will get your votes through your cell phone, right? You can vote by your cell phone. So why do they have it? Yeah, they can do that, right? It's like technological.
Not in the U.S. No.
I don't know. They can find out some kind of like.
Oh, they could. I'm sure they've got something.
Yeah, it's possible.
Like, that's why do you think they're like doing all this facial recognition stuff? Because here's the other crazy thing, guys. So my mom she's a controller. She's a financial like accountant. Controllers are like sort of like the CFO, but she doesn't work for that high profile companies. Okay. She manages for a foundation. Actually, she's the treasurer. So she's trying to take copies of her bills. She layers them. Okay. And like, we put a void thing over it to try to print it so that she could show proof of what somebody had paid. Right. It's now to the point that the technology, they're picking up on everything now, that it'll start to print it and it will cut off the bill, and then it gives a web address. It's rulesforuse.com. Without her being in a website, she's literally taking a scan from her printer. They are tracking everything now. So this is why you're seeing this change in the shift in the currency, because they are literally going to track where all this money goes, who it goes to, and now they have a way to do it. And it's even in our money. This is why they went to those new dollar bills with this extra security. This is why we now have new IDs. I got an ID where I didn't, I was like the first one where it's like facial recognition for it. So like what you're talking about, Nir, is you're going to vote by phone and it's going to be done. They're going to scan your eye.
I'm talking about something else. Okay, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking that if this thing is technologically, enabled, okay, if we can do this thing, why do we still have to come over and vote? Okay, or in the US, I know they're like now like voting through mail or something like that. Okay, why do we have to do this physical action in order to vote? And the answer for that is that once you're like in Israel, what you do, like you're getting inside the room, and then you go after like a curtain, and then you're picking up a note, and you put it inside the envelope, and then you put it inside this box, okay? And I kept like asking myself, why do they need this, this thing going on, this physical thing? And then you understand that this thing is a paganic ritual, okay? A paganic ritual. You're like signing a contract, okay, with with the people, with whoever you're like voting for, that in this time that you are like putting this note inside the envelope, you're signing a contract that says that you are like leaving all your rights and all the commands to the people
doing that. That's already been happening.
The people that are like you voting for, okay, and you're like
you sign your rights
overruling all of your rights and whatever.
Really quick, man, you sign off your rights on fucking everything you sign up for nowadays. Nobody takes the time to read the freaking fine print. So that's been going on. We've been giving up our rights. Our names are already on lists. This has been going on now for several before pandemic.
Our straw men, the names of our straw men are tied up in contracts and stuff. But that's why it's really important for us to at least, everybody start looking into reclaiming our sovereignty. Lee, mate, when I get to Wales, I think that's one of the things that we need to be doing.
That's my question for you, Nir. We know the problem. What's the solution, especially in Israel? Like, what do you want to do moving forward? You know, like, how do you want to start, like what we've talked about in Israel, like, or is that already happening? You know, because it's a very tight-knit community.
Mm-hmm. Actually, there was like here in Israel, there was like someone who went with this theory of the straw man, and he declared his own, I don't know, country or whatever, like over here. But actually, I didn't see much of like, I didn't really like his work, because the first thing he did, with saying that he's like untouching himself from the state, he said that he will be the one who's in charge of all the ones who want to be also like unchanged from the state, and it just became a different leader. Okay,
a lot of them. Dude, exactly. Like a lot of PMAs that come out, it's the same thing. Like it's just like there's a hierarchy, and there's no like that's where we really want to stand apart. I think you've heard us talk about that we want to have this whole like root system, so that we're constantly checking and balancing ourselves, and that it's everybody's job in the community to take on this role, so that we all understand the responsibility. There'll be like a gray areas. This isn't. I don't believe in black and white. You know, there's always gray.
The thing is about the equality of people. Okay, as I told you before about flat Earth or whatever this thing that I did with my hands. Okay, here on the bottom we all like equal, and no one can put himself in the position of being a leader. This is the worst fuck up of all humanity. Okay, of thinking that they need a leader.
The whole point is being on an equal playing field, and we're not on an equal playing field because so many people are so ignorant to little legal things that they've got us entrapped with. But once you are aware of that, and if you can like get your proof of life and all that stuff, that's what's supposed to level the playing field. So you're on the same level as the people that you're dealing with. Like even the laws, even the Queen, you're on the same fucking level because you're operating outside of that water-based admiralty law.
And a true leader might show you the way, but helps educate everybody and brings them to be able to have that same power and take on that same thing. Exactly. Where they feel like a boss. You know, like they show us the difference between a leader and a boss is like, no, let me get it first and then you can have it. Where a leader is like, hey, come here. Here we can all share this together.
It's like that video of the wolves, man.
That's what I was trying to.
Is growling everybody else, all the other things, and then that other wolf trots off around the back and goes and breaks the ice himself or something, doesn't he? And like. Lets the other wolves in to go and drink before he even drinks. Like, it's
I'll give you an example. The
fact that exists in the animal kingdom, right? The fact that compassion exists and it's observable in not just with wolves, with big cats helping fish that are like knocking fish back into the water and stuff when they're. It's crazy.
Rich, I can give you an example. Very good example from my life. Okay, the way that I kind of like designed my business. Okay, in my business, I'm owning a translation company, and I'm like defined as what?
Sorry, is that better? Sorry, apparently there's a problem with my sound.
That's much better. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome.
Good.
Right.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad, but yeah.
So
nobody told me, man. Nobody told me, so I was just
real quick. Thank you, audience. Please feel free. Just wanted to throw out. If you guys want to start doing timestamps for us, you will be our heroes. This is a great way to help us with our goal if you can't help with money. So like as Nir's talking and you're like, oh, that's a really good subject matter. Timestamp it for him and us. Okay. Thank you,
Emanuela's really good at doing that. She watches on a replay and she's really, really good at doing that. She puts timestamps in the comments. It's brilliant. Sorry, Nir. Go on.
No, yeah. Oh, you're talking about the equality stuff? Yeah, about my company.
Not equity. Not equity. Equality.
Not equity. Equality. Yeah. So in my business, I'm defined as and a project operation manager, and my partner is defined as a finance or marketing partner,
holder of the purse strings. Holder of the purse strings.
Yeah, and we define the CEO. We have a CEO, okay, and he's God, okay. God is the only CEO that we can, obey to.
Elon Musk has confirmed that CEO is just it's a nothing title.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything. CEO doesn't mean anything.
It is,
Chief Executive Officer. Fuck off.
Yeah. And I give
President.
God this title because I think that he's the one who's really in charge of everything that goes on over here. He's in charge of he's in charge of whether or not we'll get work or whether that will succeed or whatever. So we have nothing to say about it.
Or whether or not you go out and party, because you've got a really healthy. Well, actually, I would argue that's verging on the slightly unhealthy. No, you got a good work party ethic. You let your hair down and he holds on to the purse strings, so you don't party too hard. It's because Near's a bit more.
You have to party a little bit. You do.
Near is a bit more impulsive. I think he's more impulsive, whereas what's going on with you there, man?
Just a little
fire.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What's going on?
I have this gun over here. Yeah, with it goes off the
plasma.
That's crazy. Dude,
I'd like
it's crazy when it gets sort of direct on and there's a black ring. And then more light around the outside.
Right?
Yeah. Well, if you held it still,
there,
and let that Anyway. Oh look, he's got a taser.
Old fashioned.
He's got a bloody taser. He's got a bloody taser.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Wave your weapon.
They're illegal in the UK. Or is it a lighter? Or is it a taser?
That does look kind of cool, man. That is cool. Yeah, it's like a taser lighter. That's way cool.
That's the coolest. That's the best electric lighter I've ever seen. Is that? Do you charge it with a? Is it batteries or do you charge it with a?
You know what it reminds me of?
Mini USB. I think because this locked up, you can't really get a good angle on someone to give them a tase. So if you rip that off. So that's the
Rich, I'm sorry, but I think that I will be going off to my parties over here.
See, off to another party. Can we just point out that Monday in Israel is basically Sunday. Sunday is their Monday.
No, but it's like
it's the first day of the week of work, and he's off partying.
No, but it's like it's a holiday. I told you it's a holiday eve. It's we're celebrating Sukkot, so. We have like a month of vacations and so
do you know what? You're not wrong, sir. It's crazy how much they party in Israel. They're free.
No, I've heard that. I don't know why.
I think that I'm giving a bad name to the party scene in Israel. I don't know.
I had
or a good name.
No, not at all. You're
I had roommates. I had these guys that lived below me, and this woman, she had a lot of connections to Israel, and she used to tell us that too. And she was a big part. She was the one that took us out partying all the time, kind of thing, So it's all good. She wasn't from Israel, but she, I think, had relatives and had personal connections, her family connections. So anyway, but yeah,
it's all about balancing over here. We have to balance the hell in Israel with the parties. Okay, so
and that's where I say let's just keep moving forward. Let's just keep fighting. We can fight the fight, but what can we do every day to give us freedom to get away from this bullshit, right? And it's a lot about healing ourselves.
I actually see the parties as a big part of it. Okay, as long as we'll be partying and happy and doing the things that we want and makes us good in our hearts, this is the way that we fight them.
And what have I said about healing? I've said that they used to ask the doctors would say, when did you stop dancing? When did you stop singing? When did you stop believing? When did you lose your faith? So think about that with what you're doing. So when we go to Ecuador, we've talked about this. We need to be celebrating. We need to be shaking our bodies.
Right. I'm gonna get some drums. We're gonna get some tribal drumming going. People dancing. It's gonna be epic every Friday night.
I'll bring the live.
Stream live. We'll be streaming live if we can.
I'm bringing the fire. Exactly. I'm bringing the fire. Okay. Anyway, guys, have a good show and loved every second of it. Be blessed.
Thank you, Boots.
Happy Sukkot from Israel. Bye-bye.
Much love, mate.
Yeah. Who was it who was saying their TV got hit the other day, got struck by lightning?
The big speakers, and I messed my ears up. Or I feel like I could be connected to the sinus thing a little bit, but regardless, I got it. My cat was all well natured.